We spend thousands upon thousands of dollars. This is humiliating.
I'm going to take your home, your wife, your college fund for your kids.
I'll fight them then. I'll fight them alone. I'll fight them alone.
These women genuinely believed that money, designer bags, and their parents being cops made them untouchable. Spoiler, it did not. Stay tuned. It gets so much worse.
Are they here for me?
Yes, ma'am.
What the You ain't here for me, babe.
On the night of September 6th, 2025, staff called the police after a couple was reported to have snuck into a restricted area without going through the proper check-in. Now, were they mistaken for someone else? Maybe. But what happened after the cops showed up? That's where this goes completely off the rails.
Next time the wait staff up front just needs you to check in.
I did. Go run them beautiful green, what is ever the saying is on that camera.
Okay, well, I'm not going to decide that.
Here's the thing though, she's pushing for them to check the cameras, which means one of two things. Either she genuinely didn't do anything wrong, or she has absolutely no idea what those cameras actually caught.
Next time?
There is no next time.
She asked you to wait?
No, so she didn't. She literally checked me.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Go run your cameras back. Yeah, because she was talking about somebody else to us about another lady.
Okay, well, you're the person that was pointed out. Okay.
Well, tell her to go get and go run them cameras back, because I'm about to lose my
Alright, so...
How embarrassing is this? We spend thousands upon thousands of dollars. This is humiliating.
So look, I'm going to talk to her, but I would appreciate you not talking to us like that again.
And her, she needs to get back.
Spending thousands doesn't buy you a law exemption. That's not how any of this works. But here's where it escalates.
Something wrong.
We'll have a conversation.
You're gonna rent a cop. You're sorry. I'm going on.
Listen, we're going to have a conversation at a level.
Listen, they're not our boss, so shut the.
So I tell you what, if we don't stop yelling, we'll both go to jail for
You embarrass us.
Right.
No, just stop. You embarrass us.
They're going. They're out. 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 Let's go. Out. What are you doing? No.
Of course, can't be escorted out without the designer bag check. The officers deserve a raise just for keeping a straight face.
Okay, we'll leave. We'll leave. Our car's this way. Can we go that way? Wait, my Louis Vuitton purse and everything's upstairs.
Wait, okay.
That is genuinely one of the most self-defeating sentences we've ever heard in one of these videos. And somehow she kept going.
I'm embarrassed.
Y'all are definitely making a scene.
Let's go.
All you have to do is calm it down. Talk to us like all we had to do is walk out here like civilized people.
We would have fixed the
confront
problem.
it. I asked you to walk out here and make sure it was us while you were standing there.
We were told that it was you, okay?
But it's funny how
I get that. Okay, listen to me. So when I came up to you and you said that it wasn't me, okay, that's the point where we could have been like, okay, maybe it wasn't you. Let's calmly go out here and figure it out instead of raising our voices and helping. Okay, if you would have said that.
It's humiliating.
I get that. If you would have looked at me and said, hey, let's go out here and figure this out. I know what he's doing. I'd be like, okay, we could have done this without raising our voices and cussing people, okay? This got blown way out of proportion. If it wasn't you, you could have said that.
I did. I said, oh my God, this is about me.
You were cussing. You were cussing. You got
I started the cussing, and I did start it because I was humiliated.
You still can't start yelling. You still can't start yelling.
The shift from rage to tears in the span of 30 seconds is genuinely impressive.
I get that, but then you're drawing attention by I'm not going to say sorry.
Please don't say another word.
What do you want to do about the room? What do you want to do about the room? What do you want to do about the room? What do you want to do?
My real Louis Vuitton bag.
What would you like for me to do?
My purse, and I'm going to leave. And I'm going to call my host, and I'm going to have Sarah get involved or whatever she needs to do.
If y'all do want to leave, you're more than welcome to go get your stuff. Yeah, you're more than welcome.
Like, I can literally cry, and I don't appreciate you ever putting your hands on me.
Okay, well, don't walk away.
And now, he wants to press charges over a hand touch while being investigated at a casino. Bold strategy, sir. What they don't realize yet is the cameras told a very different story.
Where's your batch number at, Wayne? What's your batch number? I'm gonna write it down because I'm filing a complaint on you for your hand for my wife. You think it's funny, but I know the right thing.
Not laughing. I just smile.
You think it's funny, don't you?
Final flex. $5,000 a week. He wants these officers to know exactly what tax bracket they're dealing with. The officers, to their enormous credit, do not care even slightly. Case closed. No arrests. But the story? Far from over.
I know the law. You're going to find out to keep smiling. You're going to find out what it is.
You need EMS to come check you out?
No, I'm gonna go to the hospital.
Okay.
This one's open, man.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You should have done you this job for you to come in somewhere like you or something. Real smart. Bad choices. Very bad.
Even the lady said she told
I
him it was
spend $5,000 a week here. And if I
not
gotta
more,
spend that
it
for the
doesn't
next
matter.
10 weeks, I will make it.
The couple later posted a video claiming the officer had injured her.
Let's talk about this woman officer who wrongfully assaulted me last night.
That night's medical report showed no fractures and no sign of dislocation. Once the full body cam footage became public, the couple said they would not move forward with a lawsuit and issued an apology. Up next, a hotel guest from Wisconsin who decided the entire lobby was her personal playground and then tried to fight the cops about it.
You leave your room, you start causing a disturbance, you're going to be asked to leave, okay? Do you understand that?
I don't give a
Meet Mary Beth, hotel guest, self-declared good time, absolutely spiraling. Within seconds of officers arriving, she was putting on a full one-woman show.
Yes, I am. Yes, I do. Is on the, like, thing over there.
It's by the hotel stash?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna stay here. What's your name?
Mary Beth. What's your name?
Mike.
Mike, nice to meet you.
What's going on today?
I'm just hanging out. I love this. I love this. I'm so into it. I'm so into it. Bring it, bring it, bring it. Why?
Please.
My God, just done. She's done. Why? Why do you want me to be quiet, sir? What's your name? Officer, officer. What's your name? Kyle.
Yes.
Kyle.
Miss Mary Beth, we're going to get you.
Officers try to help her out, but she had other plans.
You guys are jokers, dude.
Let's go. Let's get you in your room.
No.
I got you.
No, we're not.
We're not fighting. We're going to bed. You're going to bed.
I'll fight them then. I'll fight them alone. I'll fight them alone. I don't give a shit.
Please, Mary Beth.
Don't fight.
I will fight them alone.
You have to go to your room.
Go out there.
I'm under arrest. You shouldn't have done that. Stop. Like, keep it going. I just don't want to hurt them.
What you just did was so brutal. What you did was so brutal. Women need help.
You just kicked me.
Yeah, I just kicked you.
At this point, the officers have the patience of people who have seen absolutely everything.
Please, stop.
Well, then why don't you stop with me, dude?
We're
Why
just
don't
gonna
you
help you.
stop with me? What the Yeah, I'm asking the same thing about you two. Alright. Why are you guys so aggressive? Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna be mad, like...
You're under arrest.
Oh, okay, okay, alright, fine. I'm under arrest. I'm not gonna, like, be aggressive, but... Jesus Christ.
I just don't like getting kicked in the chest.
Well, dude, don't kick me, dude. Hey, how do you think I feel? My head hurts.
Then, without warning, the story shifts to the witnesses. The other guests were there all night before the cops even showed up, and what they describe is a lot worse than what we've seen on camera.
Just tell me what happened before we were here.
Okay, so she took a beer out of one of our colleagues' arms.
Okay.
I can't tell you how many times I've asked her to leave.
Yeah, multiple.
And then my regional manager here talked to the front desk, and the front desk then contacted you folks. asked her again several times to leave, and just would not.
Stole a beer, kicked a stranger in the chest, harassed random guests, and then had the nerve to tell the officer, "Why are you so aggressive?"
At one point...
Yeah, she ended up kicking me, like, right in the chest.
At one point, I'd like to add that she accosted Connor. She came over and I wouldn't say assaulted, but harassed.
Yeah.
Multiple guests tried to help her. They weren't calling her out. They were genuinely trying to get her back to her room safely. She refused that, too. Mary Beth was not interested in help from anyone tonight. Not guests, not staff, not officers.
Before this happened, I saw her approaching guests, rambling to obvious strangers.
Yeah.
It's obvious she's...
Yeah, that was insane.
Unhinged.
We were just trying to get her into her room, man. We were walking and...
Yeah. Right. She's in her home.
You and me both, brother.
Yeah. Well, you guys be safe. I have a good rest of the night. Thank you.
Mary Beth was charged with battery on law enforcement, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. Case 3 is something else entirely. She didn't just argue with cops. She drove her car straight through a military checkpoint at night, and then tried to talk her way out of a DUI test, using every excuse in the book.
Oh, ma'am.
Hi.
What's going on? What happened?
Okay, so I just moved to Florida in May. Have a military ID, all this other shit, but I didn't even know, like, this part of Florida had a military base. I'm thinking this is the easy pass at first when I go through. As you can see where my vehicle is, that instantly I realized, oh, those aren't toll workers. They have, like, camouflage on.
The officer is piecing together the timeline, and then he asks the question that starts unraveling everything.
What were you doing at 3 and 1? You were on a date? What did you do there?
Play pool, eat a wing, throw some darts, and then come here.
She's explaining herself, and it's actually coming across pretty reasonably at first. But then the DUI officer shows up, and the entire vibe of this traffic stop changes.
Do we have any drinks while we were there?
One.
What did you have?
Truly.
Okay, so just that?
Yeah. Oh, you'll have to look at my phone. It was my first date.
Do you know his first and last name if I get you your phone?
Yeah, you can
Would
look
you know
through
his date of
anything
birth?
you want to. I honestly
Shayna?
truly don't know. It was my first date.
Would you? Okay.
I realized this was not.
How's it going?
I wanted to
We showed up. This is how she was.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, and keep walking away, Ginger.
How's it going?
You got a stick shoved up your ass.
She's saying all the right words, but the officer isn't going on her word alone. That's not how any of this works.
Which profile would I find this guy in?
Pull it up to my messages. Just slide
Messages?
up. Yeah. Okay, so can I do this real quick? Why are you stepping away from me? Like
I
I
just
have
want to give you
some
your
kind of
personal
guard?
space.
Personal space. I'm in handcuffs for an honest mistake.
Okay.
An honest mistake. I'm not intoxicated.
The officer is already flagging it to his colleague. She knows the game. She knows what questions are coming. She knows the terminology. And she's already working every angle she can think of to get ahead of the test. But knowing the game and winning it are two very different things.
Pretty argumentative. I stopped asking her
Who's your sergeant?
DUI-related questions because she knows the game a little
Who's
bit.
your sergeant?
Okay. She said something about brain trauma. That's what I'm done talking about. Okay. She doesn't have brain trauma. Do you have any idea why I'm here?
Do I what?
Do you have any idea why I'm here? Or why the police are here?
Well, because I went through a military base thinking it was an easy pass toll.
I'm a DUI officer. It's just my job to make sure you're okay to drive, right?
I'm not impaired.
Okay.
I've had one truly all night long. I haven't swayed once. I haven't slurred my words and made an honest mistake. I put my car in reverse immediately and course corrected the situation.
She knows there's a test coming, so she starts getting ahead of it.
As part of my investigation to help determine your level of sobriety, I like to check your eyes and have you do some sobriety exercises. Would
The
you
eyes
be willing
aren't
to
going
do
to work because I have like a disease with my eyes, like
What eye
Meniere's disease and like that.
Okay, what is Meniere's disease
So
and how does
I
that
know
affect you?
like your nystagmus kind of because my parents are cops. It's not going to work with my eyes. But I'm telling you right now, if you ask this
How does that not work with your eyes? Explain it to me so that I understand, because I don't know what Meniere's
because I
disease
have
is.
a medical condition that just makes my eyes like kind of bounce anyways, so it's really hard to gauge that.
Meniere's disease, nystagmus. Her parents are cops, so she knows the terminology. But here's the thing about field sobriety tests. The officer has heard all of it before. All of it. And the test still happens.
Listen, I'm getting them to take your handcuffs off.
Slurred my
Relax.
words. I'm scared and I'm sorry that I went through this and I stopped my car.
Yeah, if you could. Okay.
Like, this is insane to me.
Yeah, she's gonna be in our custody anyway, so don't worry about it. Should keep her on the light over here.
I'm trying.
Now, all you gotta do is just follow the light with your eyes.
Freezing.
I can't change the temperature outside, okay? I would if I could, but I can't. All right, let's walk over here. If you could stand right at the base of that line right there. We're gonna use this crack right here in front of us, okay?
I just have like 20 seconds and I'm really overwhelmed right now.
I understand you're overwhelmed, but
Spectrum.
listen, I understand that, but you told me you're cold, and I don't want to keep us out here any longer than we have to.
I'm also on the autism spectrum.
The officer is doing everything right. He's patient. He's calm. He's giving her every opportunity. The situation is about to take a dark turn because the result of that test is not going in her favor.
But you've been able to stand just fine. You've been able to walk. You've walked over here just fine, and you.
Like, I'm not. Like, if you look, you'll see.
Okay. Well, listen. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not here to assess your leg length.
With your balance, I'm hearing what you're saying.
But you're telling me that you're not swaying, and I'm telling you you were able to stand and walk, and that's pretty much the low bar needed to do this exercise. Okay. Okay. Lift your skirt up a little bit just so I can see your feet. Okay.
Freezing. I'm shaking.
Are you ready to begin?
Yeah.
Hold on. I have to start my clock, and you're standing, and I didn't tell you to begin yet. Okay?
I know, but I'm cold, and you keep saying just what leg?
Because I'm asking you to hold your skirt back so I can see your feet. You do it, and then you let go of your skirt again.
And the composure is completely gone, as if the officer invented a sobriety test just to use it against her specifically. She's under arrest, and that's when the real show begins, because she's got a lot to say from the back of that van.
Whenever you are ready.
1018, 1019.
All right, stop.
No, 1020, 1021, 1122.
Okay, place your hands behind your back for me, please.
It's bullshit. I already knew you were going to jam me up.
It has nothing to do with me jamming you up.
Yeah, it has everything to do with jamming me up. I'm not intoxicated.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do.
I literally had one truly
Okay,
all
well, when we
night.
get down to the jail, do you want to take a breath test?
Yes, I'm not intoxicated like that.
Not intoxicated like that. That qualifier, like that, is carrying enormous weight in that sentence, not a flat denial.
Your handcuffs are so tight that they're hurting my hands.
Because you twisted your hands around.
No.
You don't twist them around.
You're wrong. This is unreal. This is absolutely unreal.
Third mention of the state police parents. At this point, it's become a reflex. Every time something doesn't go her way, state police parents. As if that phone call would go any differently than this one.
You think I'm a drunk and you're charging me with a... Do not touch me with your hands like that. It has to be an open...
Ma'am, stop it.
No, he has no right to touch me like that. Man, my parents are state police. You have no right.
Have a seat in my car, please.
After failing a field sobriety test, after driving through a military base, and she brought up her parents being state police. Again, as if that has any bearing on literally any of this. What she doesn't realize is that everything she is saying right now is being recorded.
You're gonna lose your job, by the way. You're gonna lose your job. Mark my words. You're gonna lose your job, especially when I blow 0.0.8. You're gonna lose your job.
If they didn't already tell you.
You're gonna lose your job. I'm gonna have your badge. I promise you. Please don't forget me. I will have your badge. I'm coming for you. I'm gonna take your home, your wife, your college fund for your kids.
She is still going, all the way to the station. This woman was later charged with possession of an open container in a vehicle, DUI, and resisting arrest without violence. 3 charges, all earned, all on body cam. So there you have it. If you made it this far, hit like, smash that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you never miss a drop. Drop in the comments which case was the wildest, because we genuinely cannot pick just one.